Alright, welcome to another Napoleon Total War replay. Today we're going to be doing a replay for the mod Total War through Napoleon Total War 3. So here we go, how he's going to set up. But this is also to commemorate today, May 5th, is the day that sadly Napoleon Bonaparte died on St. Helena. So to commemorate that, we're going to do a little replay action of Napoleon Total War. And what else better way to do that than to have a replay with the Imperial Guard. And so that would be me. Today I will be playing with the Imperial Guard. Have a nice little setup. We'll do play. First up, for the Cavalry, we have the Young Guard. The Chevaliers d'Anciens. I don't really know how to say all that much stuff. This game adds a lot more words than the vanilla. We have the Grenadiers à cheval. So those are the big guys on black horses. They are awesome, 125 guys. That's just an awesome unit. And then over here we have the Malamukes of the Old Guard, which actually they weren't actually Malamukes. They were just French guys dressed up in Eastern attire. And then for artillery, it got us a 6-pounder here of the Young Guard. Pretty legit little piece of artillery. We got some Young Guard here, some Chaucheurs, some riflemen. We have Young Guard. Dude, their uniforms and their coats look so good in this game. The Young Guard here, slow it down. We got some more Young Guard, some Voltigeurs, and then we got some more Young Guard. Young Guard. Here we have the Middle Guard. Oh, look at the eagle. Look at that. That looks dope. Yeah, the Middle Guard here. Some more Middle Guard. Some Grenadiers for the Middle Guard, actually. And then we got some more Middle Guard and more Middle Guard. And then I have Mortier as the general of this. And we have the legit Old Guard. Look at them. They're bearskin hats. Bear fur hats. The Old Guard are marvelous. And we're going to come back here to our first ally. Is going to be Italy. So we've got some... I really don't know how to say that name. Whatever they are. They look like Hussars. Maybe some Dragoons. Looks like Hussars. Well, these are definitely Dragoons with their hats. Some more Dragoons. And some more Hussars. They got cool hats. Boop. And then for infantry-wise, he's got some Volte... I don't even know how to spell that one either. Names are a lot more complicated. Here's some Grenadiers. It's like the Guard. Some Guard guys. Cara Bardella, Guardia Reale. I don't know. We have some infantry of the lines, some more. Those lines look dope too. Some more of the guard. Some line. They look good. They're big coats. And looks like we have some militia. There's only 25 guys in these units. I wonder what they're going to be used for. And then we got some more of those. So kind of a small army coming from Italy. You would think he'd have a little bigger army, but he's got a kind of a general. And then across in front of him, this is a, we're going to have to see them later. But this faction is pretty cool. I don't remember what they're called. What are they called? Sept-Îles. They are a faction that has Greek troops in them and stuff from like Ionia and kind of the Balkans. They're a pretty cool faction. Then way over here, we're going to have French Spain. So this is the Spanish. Where they go? Army from 1807 to 1814. They're pretty cool little army. Got some cool, they kind of have a little different look to them than the normal French. So we got some lines, infantry here, some line infantry. We have corps provincials. The dragoons here and the hussars are going to be mixed up, but these are both, I think, the provisional corps of des Chaucheurs à cheval and the corps of dragoons. I think, yep, both of those. He's going to have Jean Lennes Le Brave de Le Braves, or whatever it is. He's a cool guy. He actually died in Spain. He was a pretty legit dude. Awesome general. Some more dragoons. And we got some more hussars. Look at their pants look. It's pretty dope looking. Alright, well, he's got his army. Well, he's got his guys mixed up too. So we're going to fast forward it. So this is a really cool map. This is I think Holland or Flanders. So you kind of have the dikes and everything, and you got to get up and you got this town. But from here, I'm just going to go straight up here because one of the Russians. So we're playing against Russia, the Guard, Russian Guard, a Prussia of 1813 to 1815, a Russian normal from 1799, and a Austrian. So I'm going to push my army up through here and try to block off any access here. So that's going to be my goal. So let's see if we can. Rivers. What if you cross that? But we have a little cool little game. Pretty short, but it's okay. I wish these guys would kind of break out a little bit, but you can see kind of like the cool, you know, Greek look, I guess you could say. But everybody's kind of bunched up at this very beginning of this game while their units trying to get them across the water and everything. Let's try to get in here. Oh, the frame rate is dropping. There's so many guys. But, yeah, whatever. We'll go check out what we've got. So the old guard is going in. I've kind of split up my cav, kind of got my lancers moving up here to take on anything that's going to come at me straight on, and then my Malamukes are covering for the Grenadiers of Chevelle. This unit is one of my favorite units from the vanilla, and it increases tenfold into this mod. Like, look at their mustaches. They're Grenadiers on horseback. What's cooler than a Grenadier on a horse? Grenadiers are already insane units, but put them on horseback makes them that much better. So Italy is actually going to move up his cavalry, and Italy is going to actually move up onto my left flank, and we're going to try and push this way. Sept Elisal actually is going to go all the way around and fight over here, which I don't know why he didn't push through here. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. I guess we have the 4, the 1, and the 2. So in this game, if the game ends after the 60 minutes or however long the game ends, whoever owns the most points or houses with the points in them, like right here, will win the game or declared victory. So we got 2 here, 1 in here, and there's 4 here that we could take. So that's 5, 7, and then they have 4, 6, 7, 8. So they have that. But if we take that one on the right and then we take the town, then we have the most points more than them. But I don't really know what the issue was over here. But as you see, the guard, where are they at? All right, here. The Russian guard is moving up. Check out the Grenadiers, or I guess these are Hussars. And he's got some Kazaki. I guess I think these are Kazakh guard, actually. They're look at how awesome they are. They're pretty legit. Pretty awesome unit. He's got some of these guys, just some normal lancers. Ulansky. These actually may be Polish Russians, maybe. I don't know. They got the Zapka on. That's how you pronounce it. But he's going to back off after seeing I start forming up my line of young guard and a few of my middle guard. We're going to form up. And he's going to back off. Pretty much most of my units can form square. I think my Voltiers can't, but some of mine can, but some can't. Let's see if we can't get a better look at some of these infantry units. They're still bundled up there, still having struggle crossing the water. They kind of, there we go. We'll slow down to kind of give a look at some of these guys. This is the Legion de Reserve Versailles. So he kind of has a mix of some okay line. Those are Polish Vistula Legion. Awesome unit there. I think they're elite. Or one of the elite Vistula Legions. The Poles had a lot of guys sent to fight in Spain. The Vistula Legion is one of the famous ones. Vistula's Legion is about like 7,000, 8,000 Poles. Those guys look dope. These must be Grenadiers, maybe? Got the bear skins. Oh, they're Carabinas or Grenadier Polos. So these are actually Polish Grenadiers. And they fought pretty well. That's where the Polish Lancers, the 7th Regiment, became really pretty famous over there. And then a lot of them were used and brought over to Russia, where most of them died. think only like several hundred Poles made it back from Russia out of the Vistula Legion. The Vistula Legion was actually attached to the Imperial Guard in the invasion of Russia. But I digress. So I'm lining up. Got my Shoshes out in front. The Guard cavalry is trying to, kind of fiddle fart with me a little bit. Italy has a lot of their cav coming up. I forgot. Got to speed it up here. Shoshes are going to shoot at the some of these Hussars, I believe, right there. Get a couple kills, not a whole lot. Well, let me slow it down. Let me get another look at these guys, because these guys are really cool. I've only seen this faction pretty a couple times, but he's still got them so bunched up. But look how cool. I think these are Greek kind of units, Ionian units. He's got some normal line, kind of has some Greek troops. They're a really cool faction. I'll try to look at them a little bit throughout the game. All right, so we're going to go back over here. So my general Jean-Louis Gros with his old guard are going to push up with these two middle guard units, and most of our other army is going to push up through this way. Because I see that the 1799 Russian is pushing up through this area right here, and he probably has his main army there. So we're probably going to have the guard and a regular Russian army kind of moving against us there. Prussia and Austria over here in full cav force. They have a lot of cav. There's some Austrian dragoons. Oh, we got a charge. Uh-oh. Charge into some core. Uh-oh, those guys they hold them back. Here comes some landwehr. Lancers. They killed a couple of them. But here we go. Here's some French dragoons charging back. Okay, they didn't get much. Lost 5 there. 2 there. And that's it. Not much of a little scrap. But the French players are going to try and push up into this town. Keep them out. Man, they have a lot of cav. Look at all this. Dragoons. Or as a cuirassiers of the Prussians. There's some Lancers. Look at these. That's a cool unit. A bright blue. Such a cool uniform. The uniforms for this game are insanely good. I'm going to push in my Lancers. They're kind of watching my right flank, I'm sorry. Against, I got some Chevaliers. I think those are Lancers, maybe, or Dragoons. Let's see. They are Dragoons. So, in a straight up fight, my guys will most likely lose, but in the charge, I'll dish them out a little bit of damage. So he's still moving around. He's trying to probably get my artillery. But I see that, and I hurry my Lancers over. But luckily, the old guard does know how to shoot. The reload rate is pretty insane. So these guys aren't even going to fully make it. They're going to get beat. And then that artillery shot knocking them all off. Ooh, look at that. Imperial Guard held them off because they know how to shoot. Unlike that. In this game, it's a little different. I'm pretty sure my guys are being killed. In the vanilla, you can actually put your skirmishers and your skirmisher units in skirmish mode in front of your line, and your line will actually shoot over them. But in this game, that doesn't happen. As you can see, the accuracy of my guys really did put a hurting on my own men. And we do have a cavalry charge. Italy wanted to kind of go in. We were kind of outnumbered. I didn't really want to take this fight. But it's probably my fault. I should have moved up some more. But my Grenadiers à Cheval are going to go in. My Malamutes get routed by these Dragoons here. I think his general's in here too. Nah, it's just his. But I mean, it's not a good fight. The Italian kind of gets overwhelmed. His guys, we form a square. I pull my general over to kind of get some confidence. But I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against very, very little guys. Dragoons over here for Italy are trying to hold on, but it's fruitful. It's not going to go really well for us. I mean, that's 132 cuirassiers, and that's not going to work. I don't even think he had a very big cavalry army to begin with that were really of any dominance. I'm getting my guys out as fast as possible, pulling up my line to give them some help. These are the middle guard, and they're trying to get restructured in here, trying to take some pot shots. Because these guys just get out. I don't suffer too many losses. We do, relatively well against them. That unit lost like 40 guys, a little bit. So they do struggle a little bit there. I don't know how. Who are these guys? Who died here? Must have shot my own men. Yeah, must have shot my own men. As you can see, Russia has some artillery rolling up. Austria is kind of pulling up on my far right. But see, this guy should have just pushed right here into the town, and we don't know what was going on. There wasn't a lot of communication on our side. I think we're all random on my team at least. But there wasn't a whole lot of communications. He tried to pull up through here, and we should have had a line like right up and through here and kind of guarded, because over here we actually do fairly well, except for that Cav fight. Italy is definitely going way too far left. Should have definitely pushed towards me. The guard starts showing itself. They start pushing up. They're actually pushing to the town now. The guard for the Russians is pretty sweet. Oh yeah, they're pretty awesome. Velansky. I guess these are the cities that they're from. So they're pretty cool, pretty legit. Some Austrian Cav is going to charge these Dragoons. These Grenadiers apparently did a charge. Oh, look at these old school. They look like Hessians from the American Revolution. But they're going to try and take that house, it looks like. What do we have inside? There's the Carabiners, the infantry. So these guys are pretty legit. It looks like they're handling it pretty well. Dragoons backed off. These Grenadiers, these Polish Grenadiers, apparently suffered a pretty bad beating. That fight, he probably needs to get his general up here to kind of help. Austria is pushing through. This fight is not looking too good for us. I really didn't pay attention a whole lot to this fight. But definitely this guy should have come right up in here and blocked off anything Cav-wise. But here is the main Russian. They're finally showing up. I'm going to begin pushing up. I know my old guard has a lot better staying power than theirs. Artillery's rolling up. Italy is finally kind of moving towards my direction, which is really good. I'm going to move my Grenadiers au Cheval. They're going to be behind my artillery, block anything off. Got a couple minutes moving through the woods. And my Lancers are over here. And it looks like my general's taking some pot shots, most likely from artillery or random shots. Yeah, they've got artillery piece, 6-pounder here, and a 6-pounder here. So the Russians are going to try and hold the line. Look at their old school Russians from 1799 with their sideways hats. Pretty legit. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. They're pretty cool. Those guys are going to open up on my chasseurs, possibly. My old guard, or my young guard artillery is going to start. The Imperial guard artillery is really, really pretty good. Looks like they're holding that house barely, but, you know. But see, this guy is going against a lot of, the Russians are packing this house. And this guy still hasn't even, like, the Prussian infantry is right here. This is the Prussian infantry. This is their main infantry force, and he's skirting the whole side of the map against Cav. And Spain right now is duking it out with 2-3 guys basically right now. I am starting to push up. I know getting in front of these artillery pieces is going to be miserable. But we're starting this fight over here is not looking good for us because he's still so far out there. I don't really understand this. This is 3 guys. I don't really understand that. Really don't. First off, Spain probably should have pushed through here, but he didn't. But it's okay. Seeing there was an opening, these guys aren't paying attention. They can all do square though, so there's no point. But I do get my young guard Cav around. Ended up being actually 2 cavalry units over here, but they're Kanzaki, so these are Cossacks. Get a good charge in. I don't think he recharges me. So these guys are actually going to take a pretty good beating. Oh, yeah. From my Cav. Oh, yeah, that's tremendous loss to them. And then I'm just going to go in, and he sends his general over to help. And immediately rout that unit. And then I'm going to push into these other Kazaki who are going to try and fight me off. But I would think that Young Guard would be able to knock out some ordinary Cossacks. Oh, that guy went down though. Oh, look at them duking it out with their lances. This is not the greatest fight. I'm pretty wow, but he does have a pretty good unit of dragoons that are in reserve that are going to come over and deal with me. Moving up my infantry force. Italy is still kind of behind me, so I'm going to start pushing up. Those guys are pretty much lost. Got some guys moving to the woods, but this is when the infantry fight starts. Already, kind of, you can see the losses that they're already taking from my Young Guard. But I know he has a pretty big cavalry force, so this kind of locks down a lot of my middle guard, which could have been used to break this side. My artillery is going at it. I don't even know who. I guess they're shooting at that regiment right there. Let's see. Look at them. They're loaded up. Look at their little. I don't know what that is, but that's, I guess, their coat. I guess it's pretty sweet. I love the way that the Hussars look. Let's see where this shot goes. Yeah, they're going right at them. Got some misses, but it's definitely being felt. Oh yeah, I got a trail of bodies. Yeah, this unit's... look at that guy. He just took a cannonball to the face, but he's okay. No big deal. This cannon is kind of putting a whooping in my guys right here too, though. This Young Guard. I don't have any of these guys shooting. Okay, form square. Yeah. So the middle guard and some middle guard right here is fighting in against these two. We did finally lose this building. This fight is pretty much over right here. France is in full retreat. Prussia is advancing over. The fight over here was not going very well. I could have even pushed up through here and held this area while Italy came and protected the left flank. But see right here, there's a hill, so it's kind of important to get this hill, get this high ground overlooking this area. But I don't know if we really executed to the point that we needed to. But the Imperial Guard is laying into these units right here. They are going at it. Check them out. They're putting it to them, but there's not a whole lot this Russian army can do except with their cavalry, which is kind of spooky. My middle guard do move up. My cav has moved up to support this lone regiment right here, but he's moving a lot of his cavalry around. You can already see I got a Young Guard unit here breaking, but I'm pretty positive that this 6-pounder is starting to push into him. I do see that the Imperial Guard infantry is starting to move up. This is not good because they have the ability to flank, but Italy is finally moving up into position. Here we go right here. These two units are taking a beating from my middle guard. They don't have the ability to fight these guys. But, ooh, you saw the little cannonballs fly by. Not cannonballs, the musket balls. But those two regiments are actually, you know, taking out 4 regiments right there. But, so, when seeing Italy come up, I'm like, alright, cool. Knowing that his units probably won't handle the Imperial Guard as well as mine can, I began to pushing my units to cover the right flank, and his units can start going against the normal Russians. You see, they're still just duking it out. Was that the? Oh yeah, that's the old guard unit right there. So I do have the old guard putting it on them. Look at them just falling in the background. Oh, got a horse. I guess that's the rounds behind. So I give him the ability. This is probably the moment that it was a big boo-boo by me. But pushing back these guys kind of left a hole, which you'll see to a spoiler alert. There you go, it was a nice shot. But man, that unit got decimated. Wow, look at that. Old Guard, you don't mess with the Old Guard. Don't even Imperial Guard, don't even mess with them. So the fight here is not looking good. The Austrians have completely pushed out the French, and it's not looking very good. Some of the Greek troops. Look at these. Look at that guy right there. He looks huge. But the Greek troops are being pushed back. He's got some reserves scooting over. But this fight here is not going very well for us. Had a little skirmish. I guess someone tried to cross. I guess Prussians maybe. And as you can see, me pushing my unit across, opened it up because he, instead of taking up this position here, he sends his army right here. Now we've got some Russian cav moving straight up to my flank. Sorry, I spilled something. Knocking out my artillery, which is a pretty pivotal moment. My Imperial Guard is duking it out with the Russian Guard, and as you can see, even the Imperial Guard cannot stand up to the old Guard, or the Imperial Guard, because I guess these are young and middle. But they're going to realign. I think I got most. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 Guard units right here. Italy is pushing up though, which is good. But that cav unit is still in the back. I'm pretty positive it goes and gets his general, and he's not paying attention at all. And it's kind of, he gets his artillery, but he went for his general too, Harnius. But my Grenadiers à Cheval do finally catch up and are able to rout those guys. And due to losing my cavalry over here, I have to push back a little bit. Still, the old my Imperial Guard units are still just messing these guys up in those trees right there. The Imperial Guard still can't stand up. The Austrians, they have such large units. Are going to town. Looks like a cavalry charge by the Prussians has routed a few units here. Yeah, we've lost that legion and those guys. Man, that's not good. Where's the Vistula Legion, I wonder? Ah, there they are. So these are the 2 Vistula Legions. See that volley? Come on. Oh, okay. I was about to say, we're on a bayonet. What are we doing? What are we doing, guys? Oh, he's going to do a charge here. These guys can now form square. Are we going? Oh, what the? Yeah, there we go. Well, no, these guys are going to do a bayonet charge. Man, some randomness. The Imperial Guard for the Russians has completely backed out of the woods. They've had a few units get routed. Russians try to do a cav charge, but my Grenadiers à Cheval are right there, so they decide wisely to run away. My Middle Guard and Young Guard are pushing up to try and deal with that. Looks like they routed that unit, allowing the Vistula Legion's going in here too. Vistula Legion, the Poles are going in, and the cav. So these two, that Austrian units form square. They've got a pretty good route going on though. I'm not gonna lie. 2 Vistula, they got a bunch of kills right there. So they're routing that unit. Oh, that unit's been routed. Are they gonna keep going? Okay. Wow. The other one's coming in. Maybe we'll have a mass rout of Austrian troops, but as you can see, he still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units pushing up the reserve. So there, okay. Pretty bold statement here, kind of rushing in with his Vistula Legion. Those guys should be broken pretty well. Pretty much below 70, 50%. Over here, the fight, he's actually pushed across. So this fight actually went pretty well. Excuse me. These Sept Eels, they don't get a lot of cavalry or anything. That's not going to be good. Yeah. Well, they back off. Okay. Back off, form square. Austria does have... Oh, wow. So they completely have these guys surrounded, but that unit just took a beating. So we're going to go back over here. We have a line fight going on. Another Imperial Guard unit is breaking for the Russians, not French. I do have 1 unit wavering though, one of those, that Young Guard that's been taking the beating by the artillery over here. He does have this Kazaki. I still have my guys. I should have pushed these guys up way sooner, but it did not. Our fight was okay. Oh yeah, they break in there. That unit did end up breaking. Did lose out. I did charge my Grenadiers à Cheval. The Italian at this point I think was kind of mad at me, so I wasn't, I guess, pushing or using my cav. But I did know that this is our only cav unit we have even on this side anymore. Using it in a charge, I mean, none of these units can form square except these two middle ones. And so there's no point in wasting a lot of the only cav unit we have in a suicidal charge when, look how much cav they have still. They still have a whole unit of Cuirassiers. Look at their black breastplates. I mean, suicidal. But he does go in. He blocks off this unit right here with these Dragoons with a square. Kind of takes a beating. They take a beating from that. He does charge some of his guys. Who are these? Some of the line infantry. These line go in there, but they get countercharged by some Grenadiers. So those guys are flipping cool looking. So these guys are going to form up right next to my cavalry, and they're going to get kind of berated by musket fire. Why are you guys shooting? Y'all should be in range. If these guys are in range, y'all should be in range. That was another boo-boo by me. But these voltages are shooting into these Russians here. And I've reformed ranks for these Russians, and we're still charting the shoot into the Imperial Guard. Looks like right here, the Italian is still going ham. He's got that militia unit of only 25 guys fighting off some units. Russia does look like they did send in their Dragoons. Baharnius is in the line of fire, though. Probably is going to get charged by those Dragoons. But the Russian line is breaking. I should have realized this with these guys and pushed. Should not have used my cav like I do later on. Let's check out these guys. Show you what the Vistula Legion is up to still. They are okay. Where are they at? They lost a lot of guys, but they got a lot of kills. I think the other one is broken, maybe. Yep. Nope. Well, it's not them. That's not them. That's not them. Where are they at? I don't know. I don't know where the other one went. But see, he sent everything back in here. We've got a break right here, and then they're routing. So this fight is pretty much over. They fought well though. Pretty hopeful there for a little while, but I start moving in my cav. Because if I can have this infantry support here, my Grenadiers à Cheval may be able to take it. Still duking it out with the Imperial Guard. Should have pushed them up a little more, because I don't think these guys here are shooting. And these are the, these units need to be shooting. All these units need to be shooting. They're not. Actually, the Imperial Guard have to keep backing up. But this is a bloody fight right here. So I'm kind of scooting up my my Grenadiers à Cheval, and then we're going to do a charge. Because none of these units can form square except that one. So this is going to be a trouncing. They're going to form square, but I mean they have 3 units shooting into them, so that's not going to be very good for them. I back out, seeing his cav come in, but they hurt that unit pretty bad. But I mean, it was, I don't know. Maybe I should have kept on fighting. Probably could have broke all 3 of those, and we could have had a pretty big victory. But I mean, he still has almost 100 Cuirassiers. I do get my Grenadiers à Cheval to fight back these Kazaki. I was hoping, but his Cuirassiers are here now, and they're going to fight my Grenadiers à Cheval. And I think, yeah, I try to get my general over here to watch this, but he just gets charged. Because this cavalry comes in and breaks off my cavalry. It's just not. It just wasn't doable. Losing this cav fight really. If we had kept that cavalry, all our cavalry, then their cavalry couldn't have threatened us, and we probably would have been able to hold out a lot better than what we did. Because that was kind of our tying-in factor. Was trying to not lose my 1 cav that I still had left, and I did waste my guys over here. But we do have 18 guys charging some. They don't even have the form square. They're going to. It's kind of insane that cavalry does so well against infantry sometimes, because these guys literally have a pike basically. They have like a 6-foot gun with a bayonet that's maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet long on the end of it, and cavalry still in melee just wrecks them. Man, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I do have a Shushush of the middle guard broken here by an enemy Russian Cav Charge, but I do form square with some of my middle guard and reform these guys to just start shooting at them. But the Russians are pretty much going to start rattling me off. This fight's over. What's left of the French are still fighting, which is good. Vistula Legion is still fighting here, which is pretty awesome. I'd love to see how many flipping kills they got. They still have 21 guys, and they are still rolling. Their uniforms are sweet with their yellow. The other one is still around, too. They're still kicking. So, Vistula, the Poles have fought well this battle. The French have fought well this battle. Except Ills, however you say that, has fought well as too. This is actually a really fun game, even though it didn't really go the best. But it was a fun game, and I was trying to record something else, another game. But this game was still pretty good. This is the second time I've played with the Imperial Guard. They're really fun. They're I wouldn't say a hard army to play with because they're just they really have really good units. But the issue is you don't have as many units, so you kind of have to play your cards right, I guess. But rushing up these guys to kind of deal with these two units here, and I'm retracting those guys over there. So, but they're gonna go dig it out. Just the old guard. They look so good. Look at these coats. They're great coats. And these two units are gonna stand up to them like that. It's pretty insane. But the fight over here. Sorry, I didn't really show it that much. And in this mod, it's kind of hard to really show everywhere unless it's really compact, because this map is huge. Maps in the vanilla are pretty big, but this map is huge, and you can have so much to do with it. Because I mean, look at all these dikes and stuff and rivers. This is a really cool map. You got your town, you got your high ground by the beach. And they even put some ships over here. I don't really know what the purpose is of those ships, but they did put those ships over there. So you got a whole entire beach. Like, you know, this is a huge map. But it's kind of hard to cover everywhere. But my Imperial Guard is still fighting in these trees here. My units in the trees are starting to break some more. They do a charge, which is kind of insane. These guys even made it this far from this point here. But the Imperial Guard is raking them. Our reload rate is phenomenal. Some of that fire into those Dragoons. You would think those guys would break. They got 10 guys, and they may have already been broke in this game. But, oh, there they go. As I talk about them, they break off. But he's got all those units coming at me. You would think they'd be able to hold off, but he's got these Cuirassiers right there. They're pretty rough. All three of these units can form square, though. Still have the Young Guard, and got some Young Guard. I think that's all I've got over here is this. Oh, they got 4 units. I got the Middle Guard here, too. But all these units did really well this game. It was fun playing with units that shot really well. But this game, the accuracy of a lot of units is down a lot, and the reload rate is pretty low on some units. Your normal infantry units. So it was actually fun playing with the Imperial Guard to have units, I guess, shoot it out against a lot of people, because unless you go in the melee, you know, you're not going to get a whole lot. But he's got his cav here. Here in the woods, these guys will last the longest. But Austria does start sending some units over, and the Prussians as well, what they have left. But obviously his Cuirassiers are going to come around for the flank. Just slowly, these guys are getting whittled down. I think the Middle Guard is a really cool unit. But look at the bodies on this side. It's pretty insane. And there goes my Italian ally. Oh well, they did fine. I didn't really help a lot of the situation. But here goes a charge. This is honestly insane to me. They are taking a flipping beating. Look at this. They're taking a beating. Those guys are like, oh, we're going to break. Like, and they still don't break. And the Cuirassiers are going to come in. These guys are going to charge in. It's not necessarily saying that unit, but I guess they got their 2 generals. They finally broke, and I form up square. They're going to go in, but I had to form square with these Cuirassiers, and that unit coming in busted up that square. So these guys, it's free for all for these guys. This old guard unit here form square, and I don't know why these guys on the back side, I don't know if this was their melee in here, but these guys right here should just start shooting these guys. Don't really know what the issue with that is, but they're bayoneting these guys, and I guess he's got these 2 generals here are just giving enough morale support to really, I guess, support. Oh, look. Wow. Broke off 3 of those units. He's going to have to back off of his last 2. So, those guys ended up fighting pretty well. The old guard here, they're not being picked on too much, but these 2 middle guard, it's over for them. Honestly, it's honestly insane. I should have just bayonet charged and just said, screw it. It's a GG anyway. It was a good game, though. Fun game. These Cuirassiers. Yeah, losing this calf fight here really was not the most healthy game for our whole entire fight in general. So we're going to fast forward it here, because this old guard unit is just going to hold out. We still have the drummer. No, just got the officer of his 4 guys. And, you know, these guys are just going to fight it out. Just going to fight it out. Let's see what they could do. You can see the Prussians are coming in. I still have my 4 units. I still have Mortier holding the line. These guys are exhausted, apparently, as they are fighting everybody. But I would have loved to have come out with these guys and supported. And I almost thought I was going to do it, but then I was like, it's not. Then as soon as my unit started coming out of the woods, the Cuirassiers started kind of getting engaged. And I knew at that point it was a hopeless. Even though if I had been able to hold these guys off, could have lasted a little longer. But these guys start breaking. They get into the fight a little bit. And they do end up breaking. And I see all the Prussian and the Austrian players coming in. These guys are very close to breaking. Don't want to expose my general. Let's at least not prolong it too much. Let's just go fight these guys. And so I decided to go do that. But these guys are still fighting. Wow. They fought for a really long time. But there they go. They're going to get run down. How sad. They're just going to get run down. There's some stats being padded for you right there. But we're going to go through the woods right here. Let's try to get an ultimate fast speed. I don't know why my thing wants fast forward that much. Here we go. Look at those units. Those are big units. 163 guys. But they're just basically land wear. Imperial Guard is back with what they have as survivors. Where's that cav? Oh, so that's even the Imperial Guard cav. That's probably his last Imperial Guard cav right there. Alright, form up. One guy facing here, one guy facing here, 2 guys facing here, and this is it. Let's fast forward and just end this. Look at the fire. Long columns. Oh, how many is that? 216 guys. Wow. But this is a GG. It was a fun game. I think it's a good game to showcase the Imperial Guard on Napoleon's anniversary of his death. But hey, can't always win them, you know. It was a good game to go. I'm figuring out this game even more. It's way different than vanilla. You would think it's the same, but it's a lot different. I'm learning a lot with it every time I play. I've kind of getting to a really good groove of it. It's not always about being the fastest. It's always about being the most calculating, I guess. You always don't want to just rush in because units are fickle. Cavalry is fickle. You got to be more thoughtful with your process of how you fight. But I'm kind of figuring it out really well. This game kind of showcased a lot of what I've learned of trying to move up. Don't move too far in front of your cav. Keep your cav in close support of your infantry. And depending on your faction, I mean, as one guy said it, you know, cavalry always got the glory of the battles, but the reason why cavalry would usually do so well is because of the foot sloggers. But here we go. We got a game. I only deployed 1,400 guys. Imperial Guard, I deployed about 100, 200 more than them. I killed 1,200 guys. French Spain actually killed a bunch. It's probably that big charge he did, but he did a lot of damage. But let's check out these units here. Let's see. Yeah, my Grenadiers à Cheval, they didn't do the greatest. Only 104 kills, but my infantry did really, really well. Look at that old guard unit right there, 224, just like in the vanilla. They just kill. But that was a good game. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like. And you know what? If you don't like it, instead of just giving me a dislike, just tell me what you don't like and tell me what you would like. That would be let's do some constructive criticism right here. How about that? Yeah. All right. Enjoy. Thank you.